Hello guys, um, welcome again in this new tutorial. My name is Kaska. I believe you're doing great. Okay, today I've come up with this beautiful portrait which has been shot by a photographer called Mark Songs, and I'll be the one retouching it using high-end skin retouching. So mind you that these are simple techniques that I usually show you guys, so you have to take a note on them if you want to be best on high-end skin retouching. So first of all, um, I want to remind you, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, because if you subscribe, you'll be alerted whenever I post a new tutorial. You'll be notified. So it's very important if you subscribe, if you like and share, if you find all my videos tutorial are helpful to you. So let's proceed now. As you can see, our image is on the raw settings. We'll go slowly by slowly, so that each one of you will be aware on what we are going to discuss today. So basically, we're going to look on frequency separation, we're going to look on dodge and burn, we're going to color grade it, we're going to finally sharpen it, and finally we are going to we're going to save our image so that it won't change its color. The color we edit remain the same. So let me not talk too much now. Let me go straight now to the point. From this early stage, I would like to change my profile color. I can say profile Adobe color, from Adobe color to Adobe landscape. That is the initial stage or initial thing you need to consider if you're using raw settings. So I simply open my image. I don't do color grading at this first, so I'll simply open my image and the changes will appear. The credit go to photographer named Mark Songs, so he's the one shot this amazing portrait. Alright, now we're going to start on frequency separation method. Simply on frequency separation method, we need to have two layers, that is high frequency layer and low frequency layer. So we simply are going to duplicate our background layer into two. We drag them and add new background copy. Then we're going to name it the high frequency, and the second one name low frequency. The high frequency is for textures and details, and low frequency is for colors of our portrait. That is very important thing to note. And now we're going to deal with low frequency, of which we're going to add the Gaussian blur. Before adding the Gaussian blur, we need to minimize or make invisible of the high frequency. Frequency. Yeah. After I make it invisible, we're going to select the low frequency. Then we're going to Gaussian blur. Simply go to filter, then blur, then Gaussian blur. We're going to adjust the radius of the Gaussian blur to a point that we see our details and textures most likely disappear, but not completely disappear. To this point, I usually like to this part of forehead. Okay, then I'll just adjust my radius of Gaussian blur. Okay, and my image has megabyte of 20 megabytes, so our radius level should not be lesser than 5. So 6.4 is fine for me. Then I'll hit OK. Now we're going to high frequency layer, we're going to make it visible, and then we're going to apply image. Simply go to image and apply image like that. So these are the following settings here should be take into account. First of all, on this merged, we're going to merge our textures and details of the high frequency into low frequency. So we're going to select the low frequency, and then we're going to change wherever blending option it was here. From where it was, it usually be on multiply. Then we change it to add. From where it is, the blending option, wherever you see the blending option here, you change it from where it is to add. Then the scale, put it 2, offset 0, opacity 100. These two boxes here, leave them the way they are, and then check the invert option, then hit OK. And now we're going to change the blending option of the high frequency layer to normal, from normal to linear light. And now we are free to go, since we've done creating the high frequency and low frequency layer. Another thing, we need to create copies of them. Simply we're going to duplicate them and work on the copies. You see, there is a difference here once we've added another high frequency copy. You see, there are a lot of textures that has been increased, and we don't want this. We need this, we don't want this. So to fix this, we're going to change the blending option from linear light to normal. Then we're going to create a clipping mask by right click, then create a clipping mask. So we have done creating copies of low and high frequency. That's very important, guys. Then we want to make them into one group. Hold Control or Command on your keyboard, then drag them into the one group. Then name the group into frequency separation. So to put your work systematically, we make them into one group. And now we are going to another step of making color matching of our image. As you can see, there are a lot of colors, there are a lot of colors, there are a lot of colors. There is a red, there is orange here, there is a gray. I don't know what is this. This is black. Now we want to fix our image to have only uniform color. We don't need too many colors on our image. Simply select low frequency layer, and then add a blank layer here. Then name it color matching. Color matching. Then change the blending option of color matching from normal to color. Again, we're going to pick a brush, then make sure opacity is around 10. And on your brush, you need to hold Alt to make, as you can see, while you hold Alt, this dropper will appear. So this dropper will help you to pick a sample of a skin color you want to use, and make sure our skin sample must be not too bright, not too dark. It should be optimal. So we want to pick color which is not too bright, also it's not too light. Okay, this part here, as you can see, this part is the best. Has not too dark, it's not too shiny. And after we have picked it, now we need to apply. Make sure you change the blending option of color matching from normal to color. Then opacity is 10. Then you apply the color matching process. Simple as that. You apply all over the body except for the lips. Whenever you see there is a different colors, there is black or what, so you fix like that. All right, let's come from the face now. All right, I've done doing color matching. Let's see before and after. This is before, this is after, before and after. Our image now is uniform. Again, we need to add the blank layer. Then we're going to name it smoothing. Alright, pick your mixer brush. Make sure it has these following settings. Make sure it's clean brush. Make sure you check the second brush. Also, you have to make sure weight is 5%, load is 25%, mix is 50%, flow is 50%. Then you check sample all layers. If it's not checked, you have to check it. And then we're going to high frequency layer, we make it invisible. Come back to a smooth blank layer. Now we need to apply the mixer brush. I can say the blending of the mixer brush. Make sure you do blending of highlights alone and shadows alone. Now let's start. Don't do mixing. As you can see right here, I do highlights alone and shadows alone. That's how we need to focus on. Okay, let's go on to the neck now. Alright. Make sure you do it simple. Also don't rush. The point, the very important thing is to blend highlights and shadows alone. So that's how it is. done the blending, and now let's finish up on this hand now. Alright, we've done doing blending. Let's just apply as small as a little blending here, just in case, to make sure everything is right. So alright, now let's see before and after. We make it visible again, high frequency layer. Then this is before, this is after. See, before, after, before blending, after blending. This is how we've done the frequency separation process. Now we are going to remove or make these blemishes disappear. We're going to remove some blemishes. Simply select the crown stamp tool, or simply press S on your keyboard. Okay, into the removing of the blemishes. You simply hold Alt on your keyboard, then select a sample on your skin or your portrait skin, then remove the blemishes like that. Hold Alt, then you apply on your blemish. Make sure the size of the blemish is bigger than the, I can say the size of your crown stamp tool is bigger than the blemishes. So hold Alt, pick the sample, then remove the blemish. Simple like that. Hold Alt, pick, then remove the blemishes. Hold Alt, remove the blemish. Hold Alt, remove the blemishes. Alt, remove the blemishes. Alright. Hold Alt, remove the blemishes. Remove all the blemishes. Pick sample, then you remove the blemishes, the wrinkles of the skin, or whatever, some hairs. Remove it by doing that. Okay. Now we have done. Okay, we have done removing the blemishes. Now let's see before and after. This is before, this is after. Before and after. We're going to save our workflow into PSD file. So we're going to File, Save As. Make sure it's PSD file. Then we're going to save it. In case of anything, this is very important, guys, if you save our workflows usually, because we work on Adobe Photoshop, it might crash or you run out of power. So instead of starting over, creating low frequency, high frequency, and start smoothing and wherever, you simply save your workflow into PSD file. And when you get power, when you open the Adobe Photoshop, you simply load your PSD file, then you proceed. And now we are free to go to another step. Since we've done frequency separation, we are free to go to dodge and burn. On dodge and burn, we focus remaining on making shadows and highlights pop out. So first of all, we need to create the dodge and burn layers. Simply dodge and burn, we based on curves. So we simply, curves are found on an adjustment layer, then you select curves. We need two curves, one for dodge, another one for burn. So we're going to duplicate another curve layer, then we name it dodge weight. dodge, another one for ban. Okay, we're going to make them into one group. So limit dodge and ban. Alright, we expand our group. Dodge is for highlights, ban is for shadows. So dodge, you're going to change the blending option of it from normal to screen. Where is the screen, guys? Where the screen is here. Yes. Then we're going to select the layer mask. Then we're going to invert. Ban is for shadows. We're going to change the blending option from normal to multiply. Then select the layer mask. Then invert. And then we're going to duplicate our dodge and ban group layer into two. One for global dodge and ban, another one for local dodge and ban. So we're going to duplicate another group layer. Wait. Sorry. We're going to duplicate here. So this is for global dodge and ban. This is for local dodge and ban. Why local? Why global? Local is for resolving the highlights and shadows of our portrait. Where, for example, we see whenever we see highlights on shadows or shadow on highlights, that resolve or that process of resolving them, we are using local dodge and ban. And global dodge and ban, we are going to use it for make the pop out of the highlights and shadows. So that is how it is. And then the point to consider is that we need to apply black and white color so as we being able to see the shadows and highlights very well. So it's very important to apply black and white color. And so black and white color, we come to adjustment layer, then we select solid color. We push our color picker somewhere here. Make sure the B value is 50. Make sure, it's very important. Then hit OK. Make sure it's outside. Then change the blending option of it from normal to color. Alright, we start with local dodge and ban, then we come to global dodge and ban. Into local dodge and ban, we need to select the normal brush. Then make sure opacity is around 2%. Now we start with local dodge, and we are going to fix whenever we see shadows on highlights, we're going to resolve with local dodge. And now we're going to start just like this. Going to remove all the shadows on highlights. Okay. All right. We come to this part now. There are a lot of shadows on highlights. I'm going to fix simple like that. Also, there are highlights here. I'm going to resolve all the shadows here. Alright, let's go for ban. So whenever we see highlights on shadows, we're going to resolve. So whenever we see highlights on shadows, okay, let me, for example, here there are some highlights. Okay, I see some highlights here also. Also, I see some highlights here on ban. Alright. Okay, now let's go for global dodge and ban. Make sure opacity is 1. And now for global dodge and ban. Dodge is for shadows and highlights. No, dodge is for highlights and ban is for shadows. So dodge you're going to apply into the highlights. Okay, highlights. All right, all highlights places you're going to apply dodge. Okay, like that. Okay, let's come to for ban now. Ban is for shadows. We're going to apply ban whenever we see shadows in our portrait. So simple like that, we're going to apply ban. So let's apply just like that. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, let's see. Now we delete our solid the black and white color. We have done with it, and make group and local dodge and ban and global dodge and ban into one group of dodge and ban. So this is a dodge and ban. So let's see before and after. This is before, is after. Let me zoom in a bit. This is before, this is after. See, that is very awesome. And now we are free to go into another state of color grading. Simply we need to merge our layers by pressing Ctrl Shift Alt A on our keyboard. Then I change or convert our layer into smart object. Then we're going to select camera filter. It's found here on the filter. Then camera filter. We basically are going to see these settings here. First of all, I'm going to add some temperature. Let me reduce some temperature. Around 4 is fine. I'll add a little bit highlights. No, 5 is fine. Then I'll do some highlights. 8, 6 is fine. And I'll add some shadows. 11 is fine. Alright, I'll add some blacks. 7 is amazing. Then, alright, the hairs, I'll add a little bit of the hairs. Okay, for vibrance now, I'll add a little bit of vibrance and do some saturation. I want to. Alright, I'll come to HCL adjustment. I'll add a little bit of reds. 8 is amazing. Then I'll add some oranges. 6 is fine, and yellows. Also, I'll add some blues. and magenta. Alright, I come to split toning of shadows and I'll add 2. Then color calibration, I'll add primary saturation. Around 10 is fine for me. Then if you prefer to save your settings, here is very nice. You come to this right bottom corner, then save settings. You save settings wherever name you want, you save it. Here mine I save Casca 34. Then you come, if you want to apply your your settings, you come just here and say, find wherever name you save it. Mine is here. Then you just simply click, then the changes will appear. Mine I'll complete commit changes by hit OK. Once I'm surely fine with the results, then I'll hit OK. And now let's see before and after. This is before, this is after. You see a little bit changes has been made. Okay, that's very fine, that's very amazing. Now we need to go to another step of adding skin glow. Skin glowing are so much important to our image, so we need to add by creating solid white color. It's found on the adjustment color, then select solid color. Make sure drag your color picker way to the white color, then hit OK. Put it in on the group, then name it skin glow. Duplicate as many copies you want. Alright. So we're going to make it invisible, and then we're going to right click and select blending option of the first solid white color. And then we're going to, on the underlying layer, we're going to push the slider from right to left, from shadows to highlights. So as you can see, these are the glowing we need to add on our skin, this one. So you'll zoom a little bit to your image, and then we're going to as you can see, let's first of all see where we need to add glowing. We need to add glowing on this first part here. Once we have simply understood where to add the glowing, we adjust the slider to a point where we think it's perfect. Here is perfect. Then hold Alt to separate the slider so as to make the result seamless. Then push your slider to the end. As you can see, hit OK, then select the layer mask, then invert. Pick your normal brush, make sure opacity is 100, and then apply the glowing of the skin. You see, that's how we add glowing of the skin. Alright, we reduce opacity to make our result seamless. 71 is fine. We come to another copy of the solid white color. We make it visible. Then right click and select the blending option. We push our underlying layer again. And now we want to add the glowing into this part. So now this is perfect place. Hold Alt to separate our slider, then push your slider to the end. Then hit OK. Select the layer mask, then invert. Pick your brush, a normal brush, then apply the glowing on the skin. as you can see. Then reduce the opacity so as to make your results seamless. 58 is very fine for me. Now come to another white solid color. Right click and select the blending option. On the underlying layer, let's add now the glowing here. Okay, this is a perfect place. Hold Alt, then push your slider to the end. Hit OK. Select the layer mask, then invert. Pick your brush now, then apply some glowing. Reduce some opacity here to make the result seamless. 67 is fine. Alright. Let's add a little bit here. Hold Alt, select the blending option. Okay, let's add here now glowing. Hold Alt and push your slider. Hit OK, select the layer mask, then invert. Okay, reduce some opacity here. Alright. I think I'm fine. Then I'll delete. You can do more than this, but I think I'm fine with that. Alright, let's see before and after. This is before, this is after. This is how we add skin glowing. Alright, again we are going to clean our teeth. We're going to deal with the cleaning of the teeth. As you can see, our eyes of our model, the model has closed the eyes, so we're going to deal with only the teeth. We're going to whitening it using my action here. Simply, it's found on the description. The link is found on the description, so just simply follow that link, then you can download this action there. So I simply apply my teeth and eyes whitening action, then make sure opacity is 100, flow is 100, then apply the cleaning. As you can see, you clean the teeth. Alright, so see, this is before, this is after. We've cleaned our teeth within milliseconds. So you can download this action on the link to the description there. So the last thing here, we need to sharpen our image. We need to make it pop out, make all the details, the glowing of the skin, the textures pop out through sharpening of the portrait. Now we first of all merged our layers by pressing Ctrl Shift Alt E, or if you're using Apple, you select Command Shift Alt E. Convert a layer into smart object, then come to filter, then sharpen, then unsharpen mask. So at this point now we are going to adjust or to add amount of sharpening in our image. Simple like that. We push our amount of sharpening around I can put 36, or let's say I want a little more sharpening. 37 is fine. Then I'll hit OK. That is how we add sharpening. So we have seen frequency separation, dodge and burn, color grading, done skin glow, we've done eyes and teeth cleaning, we have done sharpening. So I believe now you are aware of all these processes. Okay, let's first of all save our image in a point that it won't change the color. We're going to change, or we're going to save it from file, then export, then save for web. This is a perfect way we can save our image without change its color. We wait for our image to load. So our image has been loaded successful. Make sure it's JPEG. The quality, I prefer using 100%. The preview should be on monitor color, and make sure you check on convert to RGB. If you like to put your information here, you can put, but I usually put none. Height and width, leave the way it is. And the quality, I want my image result to be sharper, so I'll save by Cupic Sharp. Then I'll save. Then I'll pick a location where I want my photo to be saved, and I'll save. Where are these coming from now? So I'll change my let me add one, then I'll save, because there are two images having the same name. So we have done each and everything. I think we've done a lot. So let's see before and after. This is before, where we start. Let me zoom a little bit. This is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. So guys, this is all we I've done to share with you today. I wish you all the best. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel in order to get a notification whenever I post new tutorial. And also keep practicing more and more, more and more. If you do practicing more and more, you become perfect. And also don't forget to like and share, so as others to learn. I wish you all the best, and God bless you.